2, 3.
Oh,
There we
it's
go.
recording.
Okay.
Okay, so a little bit about my background is I have done numerous network marketing programs.
Okay.
I am very familiar with a variety of different business models. The last business, well, the last 2 businesses I've done. The last one was really, I went really pretty good with, but the last 2 I did, I used to be the one that would go out there and show the plan, you know, and explain it to them. So you can talk to me like I'm one of yours, you know what I mean? I understand how things work. I might ask you a couple of questions here and there, but I want to let you say your plan, your payment structure, you know, for the business part of it. So I know sometimes when I used to do it, I didn't know where the person was coming from. I didn't want to overkill. I wanted to make it super simple. Just give me the meat and potatoes. I'm good. Like, you know what I mean?
I do. We'll save the salad for later. Okay.
Oh, good.
Hey, Teri, tell me, which other companies, the couple you had just mentioned that you were involved with, which ones?
The second to the last was Melaleuca.
Oh, sure.
And the very last one, which I still technically am in, was Genesis Pure, but they changed it to Pure because the founder and one of the founders and the formulator sold it. Long story, but he sold it. He's starting another new one called Revive or something like that. But his name was Lindsay Duncan. I've been following him since the 80s.
Got it.
And the product came across to me by one of my clients. And as soon as I said, just give me the meat and potatoes. And I was like, okay. And then I said, let me see the product. I want to see what's in it. Let me look at it. And then she gave me a catalog. And when I flipped it over, his picture was on there and it had his name. And I said, whatever it is, I'm in, just because I believed in what he did and it was pure. Well, when Sandi came in, you know, and you know, I got to know her a little bit as she would keep coming in. And I felt the same way with her and about this product. And with me being a TCM doctoral student, I am hoping that I can approach this simple enough that, because see, here's the thing, people may look at it as, oh, well, that's just that. I mean, I do the real stuff. I'm the herbalist. I'm the Oriental medicine person. And that's all fine and good for people who have a lot of issues. But I want to approach this like Sandi keeps reminding me, it's food.
Exactly.
And as much as you try to teach your patients and as much as you try to teach each other about eating healthy and being balanced, because we're the ones that have to be a good example for our patients. So how easy can it be when you're eating the correct food? It follows the TCM. My boss, Dr. Fontes, was telling me today, Teri, if you can take that product, because he's been waiting for somebody to dissect it. He goes, if you can take that product and apply it to the 5 elements, he goes, let's go for a ride. So that's my approach to this. I want to see what it is. From what I feel it's capable of doing is magic. I just want to see if I fit in with that. Do you know what I mean?
I do. And this is perfect. And so thank you so much for sharing that, because you're right. We're going to be able to talk the same language now tonight. And I'm sure Sandi has told you we're all about 5-element and 5-element theory. Okay. So we'll get there and we can touch on that briefly, but your understanding or knowledge base coming from your background already is going to make this so easy in terms of talking to you about these foods and what our program's all about. So awesome. You know, one of the things, well, there's a couple of things I would like to ask about during the presentation, and it's all in identifying some of your needs and your why for even wanting to listen to this. I understand a part of it already. Obviously, if you're in the doctoral program for traditional Chinese medicine, then this is a perfect fit. But do you have a need from a financial standpoint as well, or is it all about health and wellness for you?
Oh, here's the why. I love the why. I have many whys. The number one, and I'm not saying in any order of anything being more important than the other, but honestly, my financial freedom.
Got it.
Okay. So I also am getting ready to start a podcast. I've already got all the groundwork done, logos and stuff, but my goal is I want to teach others hope. I want to give them hope. I want to teach them how to be well I don't want to have to be behind the desk 24 hours a day where I can't leave my post.
Yep.
I don't like feeling like I'm rushed and so much stuff is going on that I can't give people who I am.
Yep.
It's all about networking with people. Like I would have never had this opportunity if Sandy and I did not have opportunities to have time to be able to talk.
Yep.
And so when you're busy constantly all the time, it's good and it's not good. So yeah, so my why is I want to get up when I want the freedom. I want the time freedom. I want the financial freedom, but I want to make a difference in doing so. It's not just about the money because you could do anything and make a lot of money.
Right.
It has to have purpose for me. And I think I will become very successful because I'd be coming from the right place or the right space.
Excellent. Well,
you know,
the another thing that ties into that for me, and this is kind of crystal ball thinking for you, if you don't mind, okay? If you were to give me 3 numbers today, and I'm talking about just a monthly income number, a number that would start to maybe make a little difference, maybe help you pay for products or whatever.
I want to start making 10. My first goal is 10,000 a month. Every month.
You okay?
Oh, that's been my goal right along. 10,000 a month, every month, faithfully. And then we'll take it to the next step.
Well, something you'll see as we get toward the comp plan portion of the presentation is like you would expect in any other company, as you grow in rank and volume of sales and all of that, that's where your income starts to come up. And I'll show you all that as we talk through things, okay?
Yep.
But it's always good for me to have a number in mind because then that lets us, well, I don't want to give away my fun at the end of the presentation, so we'll get there. How about that?
I am going to let you do your thing because I'm sure you shine.
Good enough. Fair enough. One last question before we get into it. From a health and wellness standpoint, just for you personally, I know Sandy had mentioned to me something about skincare interest, weight loss interest. Are those a couple of things that you have a true focus on right now, or where are you in your health and wellness journey?
Okay. Yes. To answer your question, yes.
Okay.
To go a little bit more into it, my undergrad is my degree was in health and wellness with an emphasis in exercise physiology and nutrition. I love nutrition. I believe that food is medicine or poison, depending on what you're ingesting. And so that is my passion. My health and wellness journey for me, I'm interested. Okay, so let me digress just for 1 second, finish my first statement. But the skincare was because I'm also a licensed esthetician.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And so there was always issues with skincare and finding something. Now Eminence is really good. It's all pure. It's made from, all good stuff, but the minimum order is $5,000. The product is extremely expensive. I mean, yeah, if you get the right clientele, and yeah, you can sell just about anything because it sells itself, but is it pure? Is it good for you? Is it, do you know what I mean? I mean, so you there has to be a great product at a good price so everybody can be able to benefit. That's the goal, because if they're putting something on the outside, they're also healing their inside. Okay. Now for the rest of that, I'm picking the weight loss program and I'm picking the skincare because I am the face of the front desk at Natural Medicine and Detox. I am the office manager. So I want to be the billboard. I want people to keep coming in and saying, oh my God, what are you doing? You look great. Oh my God, are you kidding? It's just this. And they know I'm a student. I'm eating TCM-wise of what I believe in. Oh, well, tell me more. And then I want to get them from there. And I'll say, then maybe I'll hold a couple of stuff. Well, let me explain it a little bit to you in simple terms. And then I feel like then in 2 years when I'm done, I'll also have initials where I will have some credibility. Now, that is a good thing and a bad thing, because I don't want other people to feel they could never do what I'm doing because they don't have what I have. So there always has to be that simplicity with it as well.
No doubt about it. Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Great setup into the presentation. With your permission, and for the sake of time tonight, I know it's a Friday evening and everyone's busy. I'm going to go ahead and just start rolling this thing out, assuming I can get, let's see here.
How long is your presentation?
Oh, I'm going to go quick. It's not going to be a terrible thing.
But roughly, when you show the plan to people, roughly, how long is the presentation?
I try to keep it to 30 minutes, and
That's good.
depending on the type of questions we get in.
Correct.
Can it go longer? Absolutely. Can it go shorter? Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
The evening.
Yeah.
But to get things off, let me just start by, first of all, thanking you for joining us tonight. I appreciate the information that you just shared with us about your background and so forth. For me, again, I'm going to keep this short and sweet on my background. My Sunrider journey started close to 30 years ago with a sore shoulder and a bottle of our essential oil called Sunbreeze. Okay. I was a corporate guy at that time. My background was in the pharmaceutical industries, where I was working with a team of scientists, and we were producing synthetic DNA and peptides for the drug discovery and research industry. So again, this all began for me at the gym, working out, complaining about a sore shoulder, and a wonderful lady named Rachel Jill introducing me to Sunbreeze oil. From there, it just kind of happened, Teri, and I was able to start and become a full-time business person within Sunrider about 18 years ago. So I think when you look at the screen here with Sandi, myself, and Lisa, you're probably talking 30, 60, not quite 100 years of experience in Sunrider, but we've got some credibility behind us in terms of this company and the foods. Okay, so enough said on that. We kind of covered a little bit what's important, what gets you out of bed every day, what's really important to you, the why. Okay, we just got through defining. So thank you again for that. And again, for most people, it comes down to, is it family? Is it friends? Is it your pets? I mean, we'll come back and talk about pets another call, okay? Or is it your goals? Let me talk to you a little bit about Sunrider. Sunrider's been around for over 40 years, extremely stable company. It's not going anywhere. It's actually a second generation company in that it was founded by the owners, Tei-Fu and Oi-Lin Chin, and now all 5 of their children are involved, have been raised, and are now involved in the company. You're talking about medical doctors, attorneys, etc. Very professional people, wonderful folks, actually. I've watched them grow up over the years. Sunrider operates in over 50 countries around the world, allowing all of us an opportunity for a global business. And honestly, Teri, that's one of the things that really attracted me in Sunrider, because, again, I feel blessed. I have organizations, big organizations here in North America, Hungary, Western Europe, Australia, New Zealand. I love the fact that we can operate around the world. Coming from a manufacturing background, which is what I was mentioning to you, synthetic DNA and peptides, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
One of the things that so impressed me about Sunrider is Sunrider internally handles 100% of all the research, development, and manufacturing of our products. They do not go to a third party with a recipe and say, make my food for me, okay? We do it all internally.
I like that.
Absolutely. We have over 400 of, in my opinion, the world's finest health, wellness, and beauty products. Everything from whole food nutritionals, cleansing beverages, weight management, sports and fitness, green household, all natural cosmetics. And again, we'll talk about all this more in a minute. But I just wanted you to get a sense for the company. The other thing that's really important to me, and I suspect to you as well, is everything is made right here in the United States. And this is a picture of our 1 million square foot dedicated owned facility that's in Los Angeles. We're in the process now of building a second one in Dallas, Texas area. That again, it's all internal to Sunrider. Nothing is outsourced. So let's talk a little bit about what makes Sunrider unique in terms of our production. Studying TCM as you do, and I'm sure eating herbs for a long time yourself, a lot of companies out there tend to just bring in a raw material, they'll grind it, they'll encapsulate it, and that's their finished product. One of the things that truly makes Sunrider so unique, in my opinion, is, first of all, we kind of handle everything from field to finished packaging. So we're sourcing our raw materials, they come into the facility in Los Angeles. And one of the things I can assure you, because again, my background in the pharmaceutical manufacturing industry is we had to produce under GMP standards, good manufacturing practices. And Sunrider, even though they source a lot of the herbs from their own fields, they reject somewhere between 20-25% of every raw herb that comes into that facility because it doesn't meet the high quality control standards that they've imposed. Sunrider has a multiple step cleansing process on the herbs. So we're getting rid of all the other things that tend to come in with herbs a lot of times, dirt, pests, you name it. I mean, there could be all kind of thing that comes in a bundle of raw herbs, okay? We enhance it by preparing them, we grind them, we formulate them, which again, we'll talk about a little bit more in a second. We extract the raw nutrients from them. And the concentration is something that I'll just touch on for a second here because, and again, this is something you'll relate to. A lot of times with our products, we'll start with like 10 or 20 kilos of a raw herb, and then that's concentrated down to 1 kilo when it's all said and done. And the example that I share with people, which I know you'll relate to, is again, if you were to take 6 carrots and you took 5 of them and you took all the nutritional value from those 5 carrots and then you flow coated or sprayed that nutrition onto that 1 carrot that was left over and you eat that 1 carrot, you're getting the nutritional benefit of all 6 carrots. Okay, so again, enough on that. You get it, I'm sure, of where I was going with that. But again, high quality control standards, incredible cleanliness, formulation, extraction, concentration. The way we produce these foods are unlike anybody else in the marketplace. Now, and again, we have a term that we call the philosophy of regeneration. And most simply put, I mean, it's whole foods, no isolates or chemicals, concentration and variety, owner expertise. But really, if we consume the right combination of whole food nutrients and cleansing beverages, our bodies will not only be in balance, but they will renew, repair, and regenerate naturally, just as our bodies were designed by the maker to do so, okay? So that's the philosophy that every single bit of Sunrider foods are produced under. The idea of balancing the body's energy, the body will heal itself, okay? And again, coming from TCM, I'm sure you can relate well to the energy in the body, what these foods do on a cellular level, or ideally what they should do in terms of nutrition and cleansing to create balance within the body as a whole. So again, kind of a repeat, what can Sunrider do for us? This is coming back to the product side. I mean, it's health and wellness, it's weight management, it's fitness, it's better sleep, non-toxic beauty products, non-toxic cleaners, meeting financial goals, and allowing people to potentially choose a career change once they start making enough money in Sunrider, if this is something that they want to do. And something I didn't say up front, Teri, but it wasn't that I didn't like my corporate job. Okay, I did. I made a lot of money. I was doing okay. But at the same time, I was in that trap corporately. I was competing with the people I was working with. I really didn't have control over my own destiny going forward. And I certainly didn't have 100% control over what I did with my life. And Sunrider changed all that for me. So that's what allowed me this opportunity to now be in an industry where, in helping you, Sandi, and Lisa, that's how I succeed versus competing with you for the corner office or the next raise. Okay, so
Yes.
anyway, enough of that stuff.
Yeah.
Where do we all typically begin? And I say all of us in typical because this is where I began after Sunbreeze Oil. Okay, I know this is where Sandi began and surely where Lisa began too, is what we call our foundational foods, or our nourish, balance, and cleanse foods. And on the nourishment side, it's things like Nu Plus, again, a complex carbohydrate, whole food product that truly nourishes at the cellular level. Cali and Fortune Delight are a couple of our cleansing beverages, which again, clean both inside and outside the cell to remove toxins, free radicals, impurities, etc., at a cellular level that allow us to truly be clean, including flushing the fat, which comes back to the weight loss side of things with Fortune Delight, which we can talk about later or another call. And then Quinary is our balance product. And again, Sandi may have shared this with you already, so forgive me if this is a repeat, but Quinary is the product where, remember we talked about variety in the philosophy of regeneration? When I talk about variety, I don't talk about variety in terms of 400 different products. This single product, Quinary, has over 52 herbs, plants, and flowers that make up the formula. That's the variety I'm talking about, okay? And What quinary does, without going into a whole lecture on 5-element theory, which you're already familiar with, is it does nourish the 5 key systems of the body. Lisa, jump in if I forget one. Immune, respiratory, digestive, endocrine, and what am I? Oh, circulation. Thank you. Got it. Okay, yay. Anyway, these are our foundational foods. These are the foods that I started out with. These are the foods I consume every single day. Okay. Moving along. Where do we go with these products? How do we really begin our business? It's, I'm sure, very similar to what you did with Melaleuca and with Genesis Pure. We start by replacing some of, well, I'll call it inferior products that we're buying at Safeway and Kroger's and Walgreens and CVS, and taking that same money and reinvesting it in Sunrider products that are safe, plant-based formulas that truly improve people's health and protect the environment. There's 100 different examples, but just to pick a couple here, I mean, that Fortune Delight, the cleansing beverage that flushes the fat I mentioned a minute ago, you know, you can use that to replace, well, for me, I'm big into the martial arts, so I'm working out all the time. So it replaces things like Gatorade and vitamin water and all that stuff. Okay.
And what product is that? What product is that?
It's called Fortune Delight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she told me. Okay.
Talk to you more about Fortune Delight another time, but that's just one example. What would be another one? Oh, okay. Everybody's concerned with COVID. Okay. So what do we want to nourish in our body with COVID? Our immune and our respiratory systems. 2 of the products that make up quinary are for the immune system and the respiratory system. Again, Sandi can fill you in more about what those products are afterwards, but we've got great replacement things. People are looking for a great vitamin C tablet, so they'll go to CVS and they'll buy a vitamin C. What they don't realize, that all 4 of us do, is that that's an isolate. Your body can't assimilate it. You end up urinating all of that vitamin C, the isolated vitamin C, out. Sunrider's vitamin C, it's called Citric C. It's made from rose hips. It's a natural whole food product. So our body recognizes it food. We can absorb it and assimilate it for our body. Those are just a couple of examples, but I mean, natural toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride, skincare that does not have parabens. I mean, it goes on and on. So those are just a few examples of how easy it is to switch brands using some of the same money you're using today and investing it over here. Okay, Sunrider, I shared with you the key things, 40 years in business, 50 countries, all of that stuff. What Sunrider really is they're our business partner, just like Melaleuca and Genesis Pure was when you were involved with those. They produce all of the products that we then promote out there in the marketplace. They've created wellness systems for us, all of the, how to do a meetup and register your host, success systems, simple interviews if you don't know how to talk to people, frequently asked questions, how to deal with objections, all of that stuff is there. It's things that we practice every day, is just talking to people. But the good thing is, if you're a brand new person, you have no experience in this business at all, you've never talked to anybody about health and wellness, Sunrider does provide some guidance, okay, that you can look to for some help, up to and including great product fact sheets that explain the products, key ingredients, etc. So moving on from there, this is one of the most important things for me, because what I found in coming to Sunrider was I was really joining a community of like-minded people. And we have a group of which we're part of called the Rising Stars team. And this picture here of all these people, this was from our family reunion in 2019 in Las Vegas, when the last time we could all get together as a group, pre-COVID. And I just bring this up here because it's an example of the size of the group. And these are the people that were just able to come to convention. But you are going to be joining, if you choose to come with us, truly a community of people that's all about helping each other. Now, I heard you mentioned when you were explaining your why to me, teaching others hope and how to be well. That's what this group is all about. And again, I can say that 50 times, but until you join us on a call or you see the type of things that we're posting and helping with each other, I could say it all day long. I want you to experience it. So I hope you do end up joining us when this is all said and done. We love to have fun. Again, this is me up here with our upline, Bob and Donna Dara. Again, I have groups all around the world. This is me in Hungary, the last trip, Australia down under with some of our people. at a convention, meetings in Phoenix. Here's Miss Lisa right there at one of our parties that we had, okay?
Oh, hi, Lisa.
Exactly. And this is actually my daughter here at one of our past conventions where she was participating in a fitness program. So again,
cool.
we like to have fun with what we do. And
I like to have fun too.
Hey man, if we can't be happy and having fun in what we're doing, then we should really.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, so
amen.
right
Amen. That's a good why right there.
Cool. This slide, it's the only time I'm going to touch on this, but I get asked all the time, Teri, well, okay, Sunrider's great. The products sound wonderful. I know you guys love it and so forth, but are we really in the right market at the right time? This slide answers that. Our business is wellness and beauty. It's a $5.75 trillion market around the world. Are we in the right place at the right time? I would say so. Okay, so enough of that one. So there's 3 ways to join Sunrider, and we'll talk about a couple of them in more detail, but you can certainly join us as a retail client and purchase at our, competitive retail pricing. Don't want you to do that, but you could do it, okay? You could join as a preferred customer and get a discount and other perks that we'll talk about in a second, or you can join us as an independent business owner, which is what I hope you do, okay? Preferred customers, yeah, there's perks and rewards. You're going to get between 5 and 10% off the retail price. There's loyalty rewards, purchase rewards, referral rewards, and what that other stuff is it just means they add up points and you can get these, discounts on products and that kind of stuff. So it is a very robust preferred customer program, and certainly as an alternative for people that just want to come in and try the products for a little time. Maybe they're not convinced that this is a business model they want to come into, but they like the idea of the products and they want to get a discount. So again, we have a robust preferred customer program for those that want to join it. Now, here we come to the IBO side of things. Why start a business with Sunrider? Because it's flexible, because it's simple, fun and rewarding. The money, is it about you? Is it about people you're helping with? Is it about health? Is it about helping others? Is it about reaching your goals? So all of those things come into play when you're evaluating why you would want to start something or join a group like us as a business. What's Sunrider offering you? Again, all the things we've talked about already, but we have national, regional, and local coaching, okay, that we can do with you. And again, this is the type of stuff that Sandi and Lisa and I love to do. Put together a Zoom call, introduce these things to people like yourself, and see if there's a fit or a synergy where we can be working together. Sunrider offers online business services. We have local and team meetings, support centers. You have me and Lisa, Sandi, the rest of our team, that Rising Stars team I was talking about. Simple, it's easy to start a Sunrider business. You're promoting products that you're using and you have a testimony with. The investment is minimal and you start making money right away. And again, the fun side of things, the rewarding stuff, again, be it free products, recognition, vacations, the friendships or community, doing the meetups, really a job, which I got to change this slide because I hate that word job. How about an opportunity that helps you stay healthy and well? Maybe that's better well put, okay? So
I like that better.
Let's talk about what we refer to as our power of 4 of Connect 4. And again, pretty simple concept here. Again, it starts by allocating. I have $200 up here because it fits with my math and the future slides, okay? But it could be anything. If your budget means that you can only invest $20 a month to start with, then we'll work with you there. If you can invest $200, all the better. Heck, I'm my own best customer every month. I would love to get by with only $200 investment in Sunrider product. Impossible, okay? I love them too much and we have them throughout our home. We connect and share the Sunrider products and opportunity with others. We find at least 4 people that are willing and have an interest that want to do the same. And then we help them find their 4 to do the same. That's where this number 4 keeps coming back into play. So step 1, again, allocate some amount of money you're currently spending elsewhere to superior Sunrider products so you can experience them yourselves. And more importantly, Teri, develop your own personal testimony, because again, if I hadn't used these products, I could not speak in integrity about them. And for me, that is what this is all about. If we can't speak in integrity, then we shouldn't be speaking at all. Okay, so enough said there. Step 2, connect and share the products and opportunity with others. And that can be done a number of different ways. We have these great little sample packs that we can provide to people with some of our selling systems. We have flash sale that we can purchase and give as gifts to people. We can do meetups. We can attract people through social media. We can do Zoom meetings. And one of the other great things that Sunrider provides us as an IBO is they give us a personal URL that we can send a link to somebody. So when they click it, it connects to your Sunrider website page. So they're joining, if they choose to join, to you, and they're purchasing under you through your personalized URL. So again, that's really cool. Sunrider has taken those 400 products and they've started to kind of group them for us. And the 3 selling systems that they've developed for us right now, one is daily wellness, another one is weight management and fitness, and the third one is on focus, calm, and sleep. And again, that's where these sample packs come in. And the one up here right now is the focus, calm, and sleep one. And what is in here are samples of 3 products. One of our cleansing beverages, Cali, the one that was above the Fortune Delight in that slide we looked at in a minute ago. We have a formula of Cali that is really based to calm the body. So there is a sachet of Cali Night, what we call it in here. Calm. There's a product that we have called Ease, which really works in the central nervous system to truly calm the body, okay? There's a sample of that in there. And my favorite one on focus is a product called Top Focus, which within 15 minutes, you can feel yourself becoming more alert. Your memory is sharper. You can share easier. Without, again, this is all whole food. There's no drugs or caffeine or anything in here. These are things like ginkgo and club moss and valerian root that make up these formulas, which again, we can talk about in more detail later or another time, okay? Sunrider also offers a key reward system, if you will, right now, which is taking place, and your timing is perfect, between June and October 31st. But really, what it ties into is as you grow from IBO to these other ranks in the comp plan, and you start building your team, you can earn points, and you can earn a Fitbit or a new camera or cooking lessons with Gordon Ramsay or new, high-end tennis shoes or a variety of things that might be of interest to you. Step 3, finding people to join your team that are willing to invest, again, a certain amount of money switching brands to Sunrider. I personally hate boxes and circles, but forgive me for the next couple of slides, okay? But you can see it starts with you finding 4 people that are willing to do the same. You end up with a business then that has 1,000 in what we call personal value or PD. Help 4 people to do the same. So we're going to help that person A to find their people, person B, person C, and person D. And let me just fill the slide in real quick. What that does then is that creates a group then that has somewhere around $5,000 in it, and you're working on your way towards a rank called Ace Royal, which is a step along the path to getting to the income that you ideally would like to be earning. So let's talk a little bit about income for a second, okay? We'll get into the comp plan in the next couple of slides, but one of those first questions I asked you was, what are those 3 numbers? You gave me one of them, which is the number I really wanted to get at anyway. But what I typically ask people is, give me a number that would help you today. Typically, it's a couple hundred to a few $100s would help people do something, whether it's go out to dinner or again, once a month with their spouse or significant other. Maybe it's doing something with their kids, with swim practice or something. Maybe it's donating to charity, whatever it happens to be for you. That typically is the first number people like to work towards. The second number is somewhere around $2,000 a month when they ask people, because that's a number that starts making a better car payment, maybe a higher mortgage payment. Again, it could be charity, anything you want to do with it. And then the dream numbers start coming into play. And I don't know that 10 grand a month is necessarily a dream number for you. It's something you want to work towards, which, by the way, means that we need to start working towards the hero ranks with you, because that's where you start earning in these numbers on a monthly basis. These are annual, and I just averaged them out on the monthly on this column over here. But please keep in mind with each of these ranks, these are just average incomes, okay? I can assure you that there are hero royals making a whole lot more than $25,000 a month simply because of the size and the volume of their organizations. Okay, so again, this gives you some perspective of income on an average basis by rank within Sunrider. What I would like to do if you choose to join us, okay, as an IBO, is one of the things that Sandi, Lisa, and I would sit down and do with you is we would take that number that you talked about. And if it's the 10 grand a month, or maybe we lower it a little bit so we can actually have a journey, a stepping stone, okay, versus just shooting out with the big number to start with. But I would sit down and we would do what we call the gap analysis. Where are we today? You joined as an IBO. Where do you want to be as your first goal? Maybe the first goal is really something like Star Elite, so you're making that $300 a month. Second goal will be S Royal, maybe where you're making a couple thousand. Third goal will be Hero, where you're making that 10 grand a month. But this gap analysis lets us show on paper the requirements for where you are today, where you want to be tomorrow, and what it's going to take to get there. Okay. The other one, the SMART plan. Again, Teri, you know this, there's a million different techniques on setting goals. SMART is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time focused. This is another little exercise that we would want to go through with you to put together some realistic goals within a time frame that we can actually build within. And that's what then leads us to setting up the action plan with you. How many people should we be talking to? How many meetings should we be doing per week? What's an ideal thing that fits into your lifestyle that'll let you accomplish the goal that you want in a reasonable period of time? Next thing, let's move a little bit into the comp plan here, okay? There's 8 different ways to earn in Sunrider, starting with a retail sales bonus, which pays you up to 30% on your personal volume, which includes your purchases, your retail customers, and the preferred customers that become part of your group. As an IBO, within your first 90 days, we also have this Fast Start to Fast Cash program, which again, we'll talk about at a next call. I'm going to be proactive here. Once you become an IBO in the organization under Sandi, okay, we'll then sit down with you and talk about the Fast Start, because the Fast Start ties well into that gap and those goals conversations we're going to have, because you can earn extra money over and above typical bonuses by growth within your first 90 days. It also ties in well with those 6 keys, or that key reward program I talked about earlier. So again, all these things dovetail together. There are advancement bonuses. There is a unilevel bonus that pays you on all of the IBOs that ultimately you end up sponsoring underneath you in your organization. Developmental bonuses, check match, which I love. So as an example, in my organization, Lisa is, oh gosh, Lisa, you're probably what, 7 levels deep in my organization, probably, you know. Lisa, as her rank of hero and above every month, I earn a check match on Lisa's rank as hero, okay, or above. So again, there's a lot of different ways to earn money in Sunrider to come up to those income numbers we talked about a minute ago. Now, the compensation plan brochure, which again, if Sandi hasn't gotten that in your hand yet, we'll make sure we get it to you so you can see this in more detail.
Yes, please.
I have it in your email and your text, Teri. I sent it to
You rock. You rock.
And again, these things typically come after you've said, yeah, I do want to become an IBO. Let's get serious, okay? But I wanted to show you this. This shows the first half of the compensation plan in terms of rank, but it starts as IBO for all of us. You go through the star ranks, which is really building your personal group. And so that first step, let's find 4 people that are willing to consume, you know, and become part of your team. Once we get into the ace ranks, then we're helping them find their 4 people so they can become what we call builder legs for us. And then after this rank of ace royal is where we get into the hero, and then ultimately the icon ranks. So as you grow through the plan, you're advancing in terms of your compensation, the volume you're creating in your group, etc. And I have to admit something to you, Teri. When I first saw this plan and I saw 14 different ranks, it was a little overwhelming, especially we went from the color scheme of yellow to blue to purple to green, whatever they are. It was like my eyes were crossing. What it reminded me of, though, is my journey in the martial arts. When I started in the martial arts, I was a white belt. My goal was black belt. I knew there were 10 different belts I had to earn, each with their own requirements. And when I started looking at it like that, I'm going, oh, great. These are just stepping stones on the path to where I ultimately want to be in my Sunrider business. And that's how I'd like for you to look at it as well, okay? Here we come, set your own schedule when you're an IBO, you grow at your own pace, you're rewarded for your efforts. And a couple of things I didn't put up on here that are very important to me is you get to work with the people that you choose to work with. I mean, I've known Lisa a really long time. I've known Sandi for the past couple of years. These are people I enjoy working with, and it'll be the same for you, okay? If you and I don't resonate personality-wise, again, maybe you do with Sandi and Lisa, or maybe you do with Bob and Donna, my upline, or anybody in between. We can choose who we work with, including those people we sponsor and bring into our business. So that's something that's really important to me. Again, coming from the corporate side where I had really little control over who I was involved with and their personalities, okay? So there's a lot of great things to the Sunrider business. And then it comes down to joining, again, it's back to retail, preferred, or IBO. And again, my hope is that you've seen enough tonight, you've heard enough from Sandi, that this is something that is attractive to you, that you're wanting to join us as an IBO. And again, Teri, if you do, my commitment to you, as I'm sure Sandi would say to you as well, as Lisa also, we'll be there to help you any way we possibly can, because again, your success is what drives our success. And if we can help you to be successful in any or all of your goals, then that's a great day's work, in my opinion. So that's where we're at, okay, in terms of the actual presentation. Now, with your permission, I would like to share maybe a couple other things with you in terms of community and so forth. And this is the Sunrider side of things. I don't know this, but Sandi may have mentioned to you, one of the things that we did under the Rising Stars team is we recently, earlier this year, we had a group, and this is a private group called Release Weight Naturally. And we did this as a private group. It was mainly based for women, okay, because again, we wanted a truly safe environment for people where they can go to and share their stories, and yeah, I'm a little bit more round than I want to be right now, but I'm on my journey and I just lost 10 pounds. This is awesome. It's where they can share recipes, you can share information, support of each other. Again, it's all about community and how we work together. So if weight loss is something you wanted to focus on, you would be part of this group, okay? And again, very safe environment where you can share and be supported by people that are on the same journey. Rising Stars team itself, let's go to there for just a second. I'll just show you that page. Rising Stars team, here's our private Facebook group page here. Again, you've got a whole group of people supporting and sharing each other. Now, are there Sunrider posts in here where we're just sharing the basic Sunrider info? You bet. But there's also, you can post here because it's a private group, unlike you can anywhere else on a Sunrider site, because you'll confirm this, Teri, I'm sure. For us, because we are all about whole foods, we never talk about illness, cure, disease. Those are words that just aren't even in our vocabulary when we make a presentation, because again, this is food, all right? But this is a site where you can actually post a question. It happens all the time. I just met somebody with fibromyalgia. Can anybody in the group give me some Sunrider product suggestions that will help this person? I'm dealing with, I just talked to a lady and she's going through menopause. What can we do to help her from hormones? Again, we can ask all those kind of questions here because it's a private group. And what you'll find is you'll have 20 people answering your question within 2 hours, okay? So again, this is a great community to be a part of. And this is the team that you'll be joining with us as part of Rising Stars. The other thing, and I hope it'll track with me here, I have a website that I developed called the Fusion Network. And again, it's nothing that I sponsor from. It's strictly a website for those Sunriders that are part of my team And frankly, I open it up to the world. There's other Sunrider teams that aren't part of our group. They can access the Fusion Network if they want to. I don't care because it's generic. I've got the basic where you've got a little welcome video from me. You've got various videos on the products. We talk about the compensation plan. Lisa and so forth work very closely with a lady named Judy Dinsler. Judy's on here. And this, by the way, whether you join us or not, you got to hit my Fusion Network site and watch this video, because this we did at Lisa's home. And Lisa, I'm going to, a spoiler alert here, we've got Lisa sticking her head out of the shower talking about the shampoo, okay? So, I mean, talk about having fun, check out this video, all right? If I do a monthly newsletter that's pretty much all product oriented, you could, be on my mailing list and take information from the newsletter to share it with people, etc. We've got a product page specific to the products here that I'll just quickly come over and show you. If you're looking for a short 3.5-minute video you can share with people on the Sunrider product difference, here's one that you'll want to check out. If you're looking for information on Nourish, Balance, and Cleanse, how to fix the body with foods, something that you'll relate to very well, the Chinese body clock. All of this stuff is here, face mapping, etc. Up to and including a variety of things. It must be on the business page. Where is it? I'm looking for it. There's another article that I just love called The Body Electric. Oh, there it is right there, where it talks about, again, our cells being little generators and how important it is to nourish and cleanse them. And the idea behind, you said it yourself early on, everything we put in our mouth either makes an energy deposit or an energy withdrawal. So again, we're talking the same language, Teri, no doubt about it. Those are just a few of the things that you'll be connected to if you choose to join us. And again, here we are, I know we went in about 6:15 is where we started after you're shared. 30 minutes later into the presentation. This can be done short and sweet, as you can see. And again, I just really want to thank you for the opportunity to talk to you, to get to know you a little bit. And again, I sure hope you join us, because I've got bigger thoughts too, as Sandi does as well, about what we could do in terms of working with you and Dr. Fontes at Natural, Medicine and Detox. So again, there we are.
Okay, so I have a couple questions.
Ask away. I'll do my best.
Okay, so you get 4, preferably, 4 IBOs, and then you help those 4 get 4 IBOs. Now, you're personally enrolled, you get 30%, correct? Of what they produce?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what I want to know is, here's some of my questions, and then you can formulate it the way you need to. Okay, so you get 4 and then they get 4, which I'm really surprised, because in Chinese culture, 4 is a very negative number, which I'm very surprised about that. But
it should be 5, shouldn't it?
Yes, because, or 3, but 4, they will eliminate the number 4 because they think it's an omen. It's a bad omen. So that's really strange to me. But anyway.
Yeah, we'll come back and talk about that in a second.
Yeah, it could be their culture, and that's fine. So you get 4, and then you have your 4 get 4. Some of my questions are, like, how many layers down do you get? Is it infinity? Is it, when you have the 5th person, you obviously would put it underneath, one of those people, so you're helping them. I mean, granted, it's not one of their personal enrolled, but it's one of their people that are producing money for them. What is the percentage of, like, what do we earn off of our personally enrolled versus how much do we get off of just regular downline?
Gotcha.
And once they hit certain ranks, do we stop earning money from them anymore? Just like that kind of meat and potato, that's what I'm kind of really wanting to dig into.
Well, hang in there for a second. Let me come back to the first one, the number 4. The number 4 had nothing to do with Sunrider. Where that came from is when we looked at the comp plan and kind of reversed engineered it. To grow in the higher ranks in Sunrider, you have to have at least 4 builder legs, which is what we call them, which are those legs that generate $1,000 in volume minimum. Okay, we picked the number 4, not Sunrider. Now, with one of the things that I would talk to you about as we were setting up goals and looking at growth and an action plan is 4 is the minimum, in my opinion, because what's going to happen, Terry? You're going to get 4 people, and this happened to me too. You know, if I stopped with 4, something's going to happen to one of those 4.
Of course, you never stop at
Going to
4.
go to school. They're going to get something's going to happen to them where they drop off in a month. All right, for whatever their reasons are. So 4 is just a minimum number. I think 5, 6, 7, 8 people in width is where you really want to get to. Okay. And
so you want to go wide. So it's kind of like so you want to go wide, and you'll probably get more money off of the closer levels to you, correct?
There is some benefit there, but it's one of those yes and no questions for your own stability and longevity, because again, you don't want to be sitting at that rank of Ace Royal, be very comfortable with that income, and all of a sudden one of those 4 legs go away that has nothing to do with you. Something's happened to them. Okay. So you're now not an Ace Royal anymore because you've only got 3 builder legs and not 4. That's why I think at least 5 makes sense, because that way, if you lose one, you're covered. All right. So I would go at least 5 in width and then start, and all of this happens simultaneously. You'll have control over it, but you won't, because it's just going to build momentum and it's going to happen as it happens. Okay. In terms of
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
So perfect. That answered the number 4 question. Levels. It's infinite. Okay. The reason I mentioned Lisa being 7 levels down to me, Sandi being 8, you would be 9, is again, this plan goes infinitely deep. Okay. So we look, stability in a line, in my opinion, is a line just like this one that goes down 12, 13, 15 levels in depth. Okay. Because those are extremely strong organizations. And so again, you get paid all the way through. It's infinity. Build it and they will come, as they say. Okay. Payout. All of us as IBOs get a 15% discount from Sunrider off of the retail price. So there's a distinction here. Discount. All right. 15% for all IBOs. Now let's talk bonuses. All right. On your PV, that personal volume, which again is your personal purchases and all of the retail customers and preferred customers that make up your personal group, you can earn anywhere from 0 up to 30% on that volume based on what they are. Okay. If they are retail customers, you could potentially earn the full 30%. If they're preferred customers, because a preferred customer gets a discount too, okay, they get a 5% discount, let's say, you're only going to earn 10% on them, because again, we're talking about a total of a 15% discount. As your personal volume grows, you're going to earn a higher percentage in that bonus as well. And I know I probably just went over the edge of confusing with what I just said, but I would ask you to trust me in the fact that as you build your personal group, you're going to be earning higher.
Hello?
Can you still hear me?
I lost you there for a minute. Yeah, I lost you there for a minute.
Okay. At what point did you lose me?
Just about like 3 seconds ago.
Okay, terrific. Well, all I was really saying is, again, you're based on how your personal group evolves in terms of the number of retail customers, preferred customers, and your purchases, you're going to earn anywhere from 5 to 30% on that volume. And it just depends on the month and where that volume is and the type of people that are in it. Okay.
Right.
So again, I'm not trying to be vague. I just want the understanding that these things change every month based on people.
What if my personally enrolled person goes crazy, goes way, they can also go, of course, way higher than me.
Yep.
Do I lose them at any time, or do I continue to always earn something from them?
You do not lose them. And let me come back one step, because as you begin to sponsor IBOs, you get paid on their volume through a different bonus called the unilevel bonus. Okay. And again, that is based on your rank and the volume within your group that justifies that rank, and then the levels.
Okay.
Let's say your first level to me is an IBO. I'm a Ace Royal. I'm going to earn 10% on everything that's part of your volume within your group. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
again, it just depends on your rank. And that's where when we can sit down and look closer at the comp plan brochure and look at these various ranks and all of that stuff, that's where this will start to make a lot of more sense.
Yeah,
So let's
that's
come
what I'm
back-
looking for. Yeah.
let's come back to your point. Okay. Let's just say in this example, I'm an Ace Royal. Lisa is a higher rank underneath me as a hero or a hero elite. I don't lose her. Okay. She's still part of my group. I get paid on her volume. And all I can say is, way to go, Lisa. Let's get you to hero Royal. Okay.
That's what I like about it, because you are more, that's why these are the plans I like, is when you help everybody else.
Exactly. So that's how that one works. I'm trying to remember. I think you had a fourth question. I didn't get a chance to write it down. Was there something?
No, it wasn't. No, it was just, the only question I had was basically two. One of them was about the 4. Well, and it really wasn't a question. It was just a statement. And the other one was just basically about what you just gave me, the width, the levels, do you lose them? Like you answered everything. I mean, yes, I definitely want to dive deeper into it. Just because that's just me, and I am going to go and get the product sheets, because that's me. Excellent. I like to see what's in it. I want to do it. I also like your philosophy of nourish, balance, and cleanse. Genesis Spirit was cleanse, balance, and build.
There you go.
And it's all, it's the true philosophy. You have to clean out your body, then you have to balance it and build it back up.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, I like your philosophy. I like what I see so far. Now I want to dive deeper.
Good. Well, Teri, again, we're happy to put any information in front of you that will help you to make your choice. Did you hear enough tonight to maybe think towards IBO, or is there still more analysis you want to do?
Put it this way. I already know I'm going to do this as an IBO. So that decision was made like probably over a month and a half ago. Okay. So I already knew that. The other thing was, it's all about the timing. You know what I mean? It's all about like, I just want to do a little homework right now before I jump in where I don't know anything, because I am in school.
Yep.
And I have a semester from hell right now. I'm in I was in 11 classes, but now I'm in 10.
Oh my
and
gosh.
So I'm like in 25. It's just crazy. And I'm working full time.
You take it on, don't you?
No, it was because I was advised poorly. And so to keep me on pace with financial aid,
right.
I had to take this, and needless to say, that person is no longer working there anymore. So thank God for that. But you just have to do what you got to do, and you got to put your big girl pants on, and you just got to do it. Now, two of the classes is Qigong. So that's going to be fun, so it's not like all torturous, but I don't want to jump in, be all excited and be like, oh my God, well, wait a minute. I got to look into a little bit. I don't really know. And I can't present this with Dr. Fontes without, okay, Dr. Fontes, this is what I think. And for me to be able to say that, I just want to dive in a little bit deeper, because when we go, I know we're going to go. And I'd rather do it on my own time, calmly, like over the next week or so, like get a little bit more into it and everything. So when I do jump in, I'm not having to learn something else on top of like learning all my classes at the same time, because then I'll probably burn out.
Yep, I can appreciate that. And I value that with your opinion. So no problem there. And look, again, please know with Dr. Fontes, Sandi and I have had an opportunity to present to the doctor in the past. I think he has some basic understanding of the foods and what we're all about, but would it be a benefit if you had your own personal experience and testimony with the foods to drive that home a little bit better? You betcha. Okay.
No, it won't. It won't. What's going to drive it home? No, it won't. I'll tell you the truth.
Okay.
What's going to drive it is, okay, so here's what he told me. Because see, patients been coming in and they've been noticing like, oh, you have Sunrider here? So that's also piquing my interest. I'm like, well, tell me about it. And so they're also telling me the same thing Sandi's telling me. So I'm like, oh, this is like stupid. Why am I not, helping the Dr. Fontes, like moving this product, right? I mean, people want it. Let's do it. Well, he said to me, he said, the reason why, there's two reasons. Number one, he's just been waiting for somebody, he told them, he's waiting for somebody to dive into it. Number one, find out what it's about. The product wise. Number two was the fact of how can we apply that to 5 elements? If I can apply it to 5 elements, he's good. Well, we already know that. Number one, he's good. Number two, Melissa has this funny thing about, because he told me, he goes, well, Melissa kind of doesn't really want to do anything because it's not organic. Okay, let's stop there. Sometimes, first of all you need is one ingredient in that product to be organic, for them to put organic. You could be getting garbage, okay? And she knows that. Mm-hmm. But number two, it's we sell other products from Full Script. We sell vitamins and stuff. Those don't say organic on it. So I know I can go around that. What he was looking for is somebody that would take the time to dive into it and present it to him in a 5-element theory and why I think it's good. I think I can do that to him.
Perfect.
But I need to dive in so I can present it to him that way. Because he already likes my menu that I did, my menu I had to do for class. And I wrote it in I kind of wrote it like his brochure, but I did a trifold and I divided it into your going on your wellness is as easy, your journey to wellness is as easy as ABC. A is cleanse, B is balance, and C is build. And under each category, I put the services we offer that go according to that. Nice. So what I'm hoping for, and he liked it. So I know we're going to redo them when we run out, but the other thing is I want to divide our products into cleaning your body. So we make it simple for the person. That's okay if you're ill or you have an acute illness, then go to David. He's the herbalist, or the homeopathics. But on a day-to-day basis for food, you want to learn nutrition. Most people don't have time to sprout. Most people don't have time to juice. Most people don't have the money to buy the pure stuff. Well, if you're going to buy food, buy something that like you said, replace it with something that your preventative care, that is your wellness. Exactly. And so I'm telling you, this has been picking at my brain for a month and a half. I've been talking Sandy's ear off. And so I wanted to get down to a little bit more nitty gritty and stuff. So I'm very impressed with the products. I'm very impressed with the site. I'm very impressed so far with you guys. I'm impressed with the plan. It's a little more complicated than binary, but it's better than it's better than Amway. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's geez. But and sometimes it's not about that, because if you're working a job, you're not going to get paid off of the overall what the business gets anyway. That's right. I think we're in the perfect time right now because first of all, it's COVID. So more kids, more younger people are going to social media platforms. And so, cause they want to work from home. Okay. Well, how good is that is to do this business to work from home, or not work from home. You are going to travel, but you could do things on Zoom. You could build a business and be healthy. And then you push the fact of what's going on with COVID. Now you can protect your immune system, be well. I mean, this is what we believe in, right? So I have 2 avenues. I want to take this and look at it as a TCM point, present it to Dr. Fontes. And then when I get him excited, let me tell you, because he'll start telling his patients to go out and go to the front desk and tell me to give them a box of whatever.
Well, and that's what we were ultimately hoping for, is to be able to create a value-added service revenue stream for natural medicine and detox that
I'm working it
today or could be expanded.
Help me help them make a lot of money. I will push it. I'm going to get in as an IBO, but every patient that comes in, I'm going to sell it like crazy for him. Now, the people I go to school with, my friends, the other people I meet, I'll do it for my business, but I will push it for him. I want to help them make some money off of what their passion and belief is. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
I want them happy. And so that's my goal.
Well, one last thing that I just wanted to share with you, and it has to do with timing. So as you're thinking about the timing of when you might want to join, that kind of stuff, we talked about that fast track to fast cash, the first 90 days thing. Okay. That's a 90-day program. When you join, I would ask you to consider joining the first week of the month. The reason I say that is the 90 days doesn't start until your first full month. So you can get yourself an extra 20 to 29 days, depending on the month, head start on the fast track
Ooh,
program,
good one.
depending on when you join in the month. Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
The other thing that I would suggest to you, and this is something that Sandi can talk to you about more in detail later, is when you do join as an IBO, that same time you join, Sunrider offers an opportunity, if you can do it financially, to purchase a pack that's kind of like a best loved product pack, if you will, where it's really discounted, but it gives you a variety of products to sample yourself and or potentially sell or give out as gifts to other people. So there's some discount things associated with that day one. I just want you to be aware of as well.
Okay. What's the cost on that?
It depends
They're
on
about
the pack.
50%. Yeah, they're about 50% off though.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Exactly.
I'll look into it because if I have to make the initial investment just so we can have product there, I'm not asking them to put out any money. I'll do my investment. I'll push the product and stuff like that, but I'll just get my cost back as the product sells, so it'll be okay.
Exactly.
So I'll do it that way. So I don't want them to have to go with put anything out, and not that if something doesn't happen, but you know what I mean. It's just
look, let's do this. Let's let you talk to Sandi again after this, and you guys figure out again what's going to work for you, Teri. Your timing is the only timing that's important, in this whole thing. And anything that we can be doing to help you on that day one. If the pack looks great, not sure you can afford it, maybe don't skip the opportunity, come back and talk to me. Okay. I mean, I want to be able to work with you because I see great synergy. I love your background. You tie in exactly with the type of conversations we're having in the language that we're speaking. So we just got to make this work. Okay.
Yes, we do.
Perfect.
We need to get her Donna's 5-element that she did when she did her thesis.
Oh, the Buddy Works?
Yeah.
Yes,
we need
please.
to get that.
Yeah. Well,
thank you.
Teri, I'll let Sandi and Lisa, or Sandi in particular, after speaking with you again, come back and tell me the various things I should be sending to get in your hands. Okay.
Okay.
And,
you got it. I'm going to check
we'll
out
get
your
that to you.
website. So
and such a pleasure to meet you tonight. Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you for your time. I know thank you for taking the time to help your downline with me. So I appreciate your time. And thank you for answering my questions. You did amazing. No wonder you're so great.
Can't wait to come see you in person here, hopefully in the next week or two. Okay.
Well, hopefully if you guys ever have a big seminar or something, like I want to go to some meeting, like I want to get involved.
Yeah, the world is slowly coming back to speed now.
That's okay. I don't care if I have to play tropical music and think I'm somewhere remote and go on Zoom. I'm happy with that too.
There you go. Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, ladies.
Teri, I know you. Teri was interested in skincare too, and I don't know if you're going to be on the skincare thing tomorrow, Mac. But is there anything you would like to share with her? From a man's perspective, or any experience you have with the skincare, or just anything there? Or Teri, do you have enough time for that, or do you have any questions on that?
No, I do, but I just assumed I was going to get all the business stuff with Mac, and then all the product stuff with them tomorrow at 2.
And you will, and I'm glad you're going to be on that call because you're sure about it. But just to Sandi's point, I guess there's 2 things I would share with you. First of all, from a male perspective, I love the skincare. Okay. Now I've never considered myself a metro man necessarily, but I use skincare every night. Okay. It's part of my
you have
regimen.
Nice skin. So it works, doesn't it?
and actually one of my favorite products, hold on just 2 seconds. I'm going to share my screen again with you, is a product called Youth Emulsion. And I only going to bring this one up for you, but to give you a sense for the state of the
I was looking at that online.
and how far ahead Sunrider is from the rest of the skincare world. First of all, it's all natural. There's no parabens. In this particular product, we're using stem cells and we're using peptides in addition to our squalene and our vitamin bases. It doesn't get any more ahead of the curve than where Sunrider is with these products. And what's truly remarkable to me, Teri, is This is a product that Sunrider released, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. It's before anybody in the industry ever started talking about peptides or stem cells. Sunrider is always ahead of the curve. And this is just one of the few different skincare products I personally use every night. The other thing that I highly recommend, and you'll hear about tomorrow, is our 4-step basic program of how we cleanse, bring back through astringent the pH or the acid mantle to the skin, and then how we nourish the skin with bringing moisture back to it. But again, you'll hear all about that tomorrow, and we can always come back and do a specific skincare workshop with you, which I love to do because I don't know, I just have always loved the skincare, and it's something I've been passionate about myself. So anyway, enough of that stuff. You'll hear more tomorrow. And I just look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you
Cool.
again. Have a great
Thank
night.
you, Matt.
All right, ladies, talk to you all
Have a
soon.
nice
Thank you
weekend, Matt.
all.
Bye-bye.
And thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome. I can't wait to meet you.
Me too.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Have a
Bye-bye.
good